All right, good morning. Good morning. See if we can't get some setups today. Had nothing yesterday. Doesn't look like there's anything in the news this morning that I'm too interested in. Double check here. I looked earlier, I didn't see anything. Yeah, no, not really. Cool. We're still coiling. Daily chart. Interesting. Still stuck here. Mighty respecting that 20 MA right there. It's weird, to be honest. The amount of time that we've spent in this small area now is strange. Yesterday we closed as an inside day. We never actually achieved or lost anything. You know, our TA on our hourly here, the range continued more, and man, that candle at the end of the day, that last hour of the day, took out the highs and the lows of the day, back into the middle again. Just nasty. Not really anything else to say about it. We've got a very defined range. Still really kind of failing to do anything with it. It's a waiting game. Yesterday's low. 446275. I think it's right here. Yes. Which we did not check under yet, I don't believe. No, we got very close, and then we started to bounce again. 1450, and then that's this high right here. Yeah. Basically, that last swing of the day was what set it up. After being relatively a balanced day, you know, we had quite a bit of chop accumulation in the morning, pushed down lower, same thing, you know, at the lower side of that trading range. Did the same thing, accumulated, we pushed back up, did take out the high, and then came all the way back down in the last like half an hour and took out the low again. And then overnight we basically chopped sideways all night long. Still never really took out the swing at the end of the day. No highs or lows changed. So that's kind of where we're at. Maybe with no news again today, maybe our chop continues, maybe we continue to accumulate. Have to wait and see. I don't really care for it though, as far as like, you know, getting into a longer term position. If it would have rejected harder, you know, maybe a short would have looked really good from up here. And at the same time, if it would have, you know, bounced already and continued, at least tried to make a high over one of the daily candles after it tested down in here, specifically on this day. Like, just, but no follow through, no reaction really in either direction. So, gotta be careful. Definitely need to be careful. Hey, good morning, man. How was your trading yesterday afternoon? Did you get any more trades? I replay traded for the afternoon and watched, but there was not a single trade that triggered for me. No worries, mate. No worries. It was very slow. We still just really chopped around in this hourly range still, and we're still there again today. That last hour candle of the day was nasty, taking out the highs and the lows and then closing back in the middle again. Real nasty. Lots of people getting chopped up yesterday. Like to see a direction change today, or like a direction established at all. The price action, man, these days are getting tighter and we're just coiling in this range. It's difficult. To be honest, I'm probably, if we don't get like some nicer trading conditions, I probably won't stay here till 1, just so that I can get more replay trading in. If the day starts to move at all, then I'll be down to stay, but I don't want to stay for the full 2.5 hours if I mean, we just stay in the chop. Just because I could try to be more effective with my time that I have. But hopefully we get something. If we start to recover from this box again, I mean, maybe we bounce all the way back up and test the top side again, so there might be some opportunity in there. Not too interested right now though. I could feel like a little test below low a day from yesterday. And then if we're gonna stay range bound, maybe a fade back up in. Looks like we're trying to take back that sell-off 5-minute candle, which we may go up before we go down. Yeah, we kind of teased a little bit of a sell-off there and took it right back. See if we fail at the high here. Coming all the way back up makes me think that we'll probably check a new high again. I need to take this call. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Important phone call had to take. I see that we have achieved nothing so far. We're coiling. Definitely nothing that I really am interested in taking during this coiling, that's for sure. Just give it some time here and see if it can choose a direction. "15 minutes into our A period, 90K. I mean, that's on par with decent volume. Is this the time that we make a new high? It feels like it wants to make a new high. Maybe not. As we popped up, we went all the way back down the other way, stair stepped a little bit, went below, checked above some of those hours worth of accumulation from overnight, and then rejected it again, went lower. Didn't check below that big nasty hourly candle from the close yesterday. Got very close. There's no way we keep coiling, right? Are we making a move? All right, we broke down out of the coiling. Broke below there. Potential for that. Is this the start to our push below our overnight swing and possibly even yesterday's swing low? Closing low. Oh, it's trying to buy back up a little bit. Go there. Need this line. We're still kind of chilling in that support box. Nice. That's a great spot. Great spot for a long scalp for sure. Tight accumulation, quickly check below. Fade back up in. Yep. Some selling back in the middle, but I mean, if you longed the extension down to fade, you'd take profits back in the middle. Makes sense. Could just be some profit taking. Just trying to hold a higher low here. Little quick retest. Nice, nice. Successful. Back into the middle of the range again. Oh, nice. You get a second long from down there. Good shit. Yeah, my trading strategies don't work so well in a range like this. Other than a failed breakout. Do we keep going? Do we make another push up? We've tried to hold here. Test above 74.50 maybe. We're almost done a period. 140k, yikers. Pretty, very low volume. Very low. The 90k halfway through, I was like, oh, it'll be like 180 by the time it's done, but we did not get the same volume participation in the second half of the candle. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. We did not make a higher high. Coming back down again. It's debating me hard today. Oh, there's our test below our overnight low and underneath our yesterday's close. Nasty candle. See what kind of bounce we get from there. That was the 11 o'clock candle too, yeah. 145. More volume stepped in that last 1 minute candle than even the opening 1 minute candle. underneath everything now from all this time. So now it's basically these lows or we hold from liquidity. Big volume on this push. It's like they finally achieved what they were trying to achieve up there, and then they're like, all right, it's time to go. See if this move has any kind of like continuation to it and we actually do get a move today, or if it was just a check below all this stuff and we're gonna come right back up in. Gotta stand up for a sec. All right. Accumulating down here a little. We're triggering the two-leg pullback, but it doesn't really feel like a good idea to play this two-legged pullback. It feels like it's just like a, you know, a restriction. Hold a buy, hold a higher low, come right back up into the range. The condition that we've been in does not, does not feel like trend extension. This already does not look anything like I'd want to see. We're back up testing what we lost. that 5-minute candle engulf this thing though. Yeah, strong move right back up in. Check below. Makes sense. Lines up with the conditions. Let's see. So if we hold here and regain 68, that 68 high, we should get a quick move up. I mean, it's trying, but it didn't actually continue as quick as the original move up. We are bumping our head into what we lost. A little bit of a higher low, higher high, small candle here. Rejected it. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look ideal. The test above and quick rejection. Last hope, holding liquidity. One time straight up and over. So this would be a small trap for shorts. If that doesn't happen, then probably going to come back down and test 60. Looks good though for the one-time move potentially if we can close up high like this. Yeah. We definitely don't want to get a failed breakout again. We might be. Didn't close above, but didn't close, you know, the worst. It still closed higher than the previous candle. This one may recover it. We're struggling though. Nice. Now comes the big question on if we can break up over high a day. I like that it's tried the V. He still ran into sellers again. So maybe some profit taking right at the underside. Makes sense. We set up a perfect little trap. Squeezed it straight out. If we got a 2-leg pullback here, I would take a swing at it. Just because of the approach. And because we already did take out the lows. If we didn't have taken out the lows yet and it was still ranging, that wouldn't be as good. So I'd just be basically taking along at the top of the range, but I'm kind of playing into the fact that I'm hoping that the lows were taken out and we're starting to rotate back up into the larger time frame range. Hopefully. If it sets up. We had our high 1 that got rejected quickly. We just don't want to be losing the moving average for this setup. Ideally, this candle gives a little bit of accumulation, basically where it is. I like it. Let's see. See if the demand's actually there. Didn't come fill the order, went down first, so still waiting. See if this one more check under. Didn't trigger any orders yet. Definitely still interested. Ooh, it's just gonna go, eh? Okay, triggered it in that candle. Got a little bit of an expensive fill. Just hope that we don't get top tick filled. This retest needs to hold. Could have got a cheaper price by the looks of it. I really like it though. Looks like the sellers are a little bit stronger potentially here. Not the ideal follow through that we were looking for. No. Needs to hold. Needs to hold. Is there a block order below? Not that I see. Looks like it's probably going to be a stop out. Unless this one candle holds right now. The range may be more powerful. Not really showing the demand that we were looking for still. Looks like I probably bought the top of the range. Well, there's some demand. This candle made a high. I can remove a tiny little bit of risk. $71.25. We need this to regain 75. Very important. If it comes back down and loses the 71 low that it just tried to put in, then yeah, it's not looking the greatest. Just teasing me. Yeah, it's probably gonna ping me out right here. Yep, that's all right. I really like the setup. No follow through though. Taking it into the top of the range ended up still being not the right decision. I was kind of thinking that because we took out the lows, we were rotating back up in quite aggressively. I liked the idea that we were coming back up through. Oh, that's rude, eh? That's quite rude. I don't want to re-enter, re-chase it though. I followed the setup rules. It is what it is at this point. Is how she be. Had a really nice presentation. I really liked it. Especially after it kind of faked it and then popped down and went back up. I really liked it then. But so now interesting. Let's see if this failed to like pull back for extension ends up being the rollover point again for another massive move down. And this didn't hold at all. Seems very common that that's the follow through. That flag 2-leg pullback, when it fails, it's like a huge tell that we're going the other way. I mean, it already dropped enough that I could have scalped out like the cost of the losing trade. Again, it seems pretty common that that's a result. So there was definitely not momentum behind that like anticipated. We're almost done B period with even less volume now. These range days, man, have been smacking me around. Yeah, yep. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like this is, I mean, I've wrote it in my journal now so many times that it may be time to start to develop like a counterplay for it in those instances. Even if it's just to, you know, go 1-to-1 with the original risk of the trade. Once you get stopped out, it's a reversal of the position at the same time and then, you know, trade it in the other direction, because it is super rare that after that 2-leg pullback fails that it goes off of another attempt. It almost always does quite a pullback first, which, I mean, it's exactly what happened here again. I assume because there's a lot of people that probably got caught long here. Definitely not nice trading conditions for me though. Same thing now. We checked below a nice range. We V'd right back up into it, which is kind of what baited me into taking that trade, even though it was into the top of like the little local highs. And we popped a reversal here, which failed, squeezed up higher again. Showed two good signs that there was some momentum coming back into this market long. I thought that we might get another little squeeze up. It's true. Yeah, it does. It would. Yeah, you are. Well, you are trading against yourself. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Kind of interesting. After this little dump, we've never had a candle that made a low. Now we're kind of like climbing right back up in. We got to make a low here. Yep. See if that's the buy opportunity for the next leg. Oh, guess not. I really don't know what to think. It feels like every time that I've said what I think's about to happen, the market's kind of shown me the other the other thing. So I'm definitely not on point today. Market's trying to W here after it checked to just below this little local swing. Good follow through. Does she have the steam to break out of the supply line? Do I take another swing at this like scuffed two-legged pullback? I want to. I do want to. I'm just taking it into that same demand line or supply line again. Oh, I never fired instead. It's gonna fire here. I gotta try. Gotta try. Let's see if a top tick fills me again. Let's see if the supply line holds me down again. I gotta try though. It came back again after a nice reversal. You just don't want to fail here. You want to go up, break above 74.50. Get a test of highs. There we go. That's our liquidity pocket. I'm gonna take it right there. In case it doesn't break the high. Got above all these swings. It could break the high, but with the day that we've been having, I don't know if I dare hold it. I'll take my close to 2-to-1 and be happy. It did. We are above high day now, just barely. Do we hold? We're only getting a few ticks above high day and struggling. We're closing big and green, but see if this next candle can get above. Yep, nice, nice. So I left some money on the table, but is what it is. Oh, nice. Okay. We had broken into that 5-minute liquidity pocket where we had found all those tops before, and I really didn't want to see it fail there again and give back 2-to-1, so I'm okay with that. So the concept could be actually playing out what we thought about before, the bounce back up in after taking out the range lows. I mean, it makes sense for this market now to try to come back to the high of the range. So what could be potentially a really big position. I might have exited too early because of the difficulty on the day. Was quite a pop. Look at those big volume candles in those last two pushes. It was a pretty good squeeze right there. A lot of positions got exited and changed hands. A lot of contracts got moved through there. Where did it actually fill me at? Yeah, just above this 5-minute swing, which is what I was actually looking for. So curious to see now. I mean, we've broken up with pretty good confidence. We'll see if this trade does a shallow pullback and continues. Excuse me. So here's the first candle now to make a low. Can flip this. So I have two ways of managing this trade. Like this, these are the same trade, but the greedy way and the way that, I mean, would have worked here, but with the condition of the day that we were having, I was nervous, to be honest. I like to put a 2-to-1 target into the larger time frame. So in this case, the 5-minute chart on the extension level. So like it was right up in here, which is what we got. But the greedy method is especially on this type of scenario, the greedy method, you know, I was too nervous to do it because of the range context we were having. But if you also think about how we, like, it's the same concept, because we took out those lows first and had such an aggressive move back up in, like, you know, we could have got a bigger move, but wasn't willing to give back a 2-to-1. So because there was no momentum on the day and this wasn't like a big, you know, there wasn't any real strong pushes yet, I'm okay with where I took it. But the greedy method is to hold for 2 legs if this close is above my extension point, which it was. The market extended up above the swing high and closed above it. So I can, as far as the strategy is concerned, I can wait for a pullback to happen. Like in this case right now, I would trail the stop to the underneath this wick, because we've now had candles that went below and another candle that went higher. So now my stop would be here, which is a couple points higher than where I ended up taking it. But in my replay trading, I'm noticing that if there's momentum in the market, that method can work very well, and you can get a nice 3 or 4-to-1 trade, and then you always take it on the second extension. But in a not so heavy momentum market, you can, by doing that option, I talked to you about this last week, you can give back a full 2-to-1 trade. You can watch a full 2-to-1 trade. Let's say we got the pop to 2-to-1, we hit resistance, the market V's straight back down against me. There was no method for me to remove any risk there. No number that I could, no swing point that I could adjust risk to, no trail stop. So the V reversal killed me. Like if it hit that, and it always happened from the larger time frame liquidity. So like it would extend, 5-minute chart did the pullback. We were in it somewhere, and then boom, it came up and went above the extension point and then reversed quickly. That's where I would get caught leaving a 2-to-1 trade on the table and letting it go back to either a loser or break even, which is like, that's brutal. So I chose the not greedy option today. Now, if it would have happened here, I would have been greedy with it because we were in what I would deem like a really nice momentum coming up off the swing lows. But then when we hesitated real hard and it had already failed once, wasn't sure. So it did extend, we got the close, we got the pullback, we got a second extension now. It looks great. Looks great. The larger time frame is playing out. We swept our lows. Let's see if maybe by the end of today or throughout the day we can go up and break back above this 44.96 level. This swing here from overnight. There'd be some liquidity there, and then ultimately back up here again. So we've now checked below our yesterday's candle. And we are getting some follow through, so I would have ditched the trade right here if I was doing greedy option. After the second extension, the first candle to now make another low, it's already trying to take back that second extension, ditch the trade. Don't want to give back a bunch of profits. Didn't close horrible. Could keep going. There's no trade set up here for me. It's crazy, eh? Like the 2-leg pullback here that looked beautiful failed, and the 2-leg pullback that happened here that looked scuffed as hell was the one that worked. Market's hesitating here, kind of coiling. A couple series of higher lows. It's trying. Still got this little like rising lows here. Got an inside candle on the 5-minute chart. Lots of overlapping coil right now. Yeah, nice pop. Still going. We got a decent push going. Looks like we're trying to push for that 96 pretty quickly. She's still going. I mean, it makes sense. Does make sense. After what we did down here, I mean, there's not really anywhere else to go. It didn't fail at the liquidity. Next spot to check is basically above that 96 level. And then as long as we don't fail there, and you know, when we do business there, if we get a small pullback and we continue to hold, the next spot's back up here. And then that'll be really changing the look of our daily candle. Which may entice even more. Well, we're definitely getting a little bit of a slow again. We pulled back and made a new high off that one candle, already back down below it. So I guess a couple options here. Either it's a trap, you know, to attract some short sellers and we squeeze long, one timing straight up again, or we actually do a couple leg pullback accumulation through here. We've done quite a few steps now. It could be time for a little bit of a pullback. 5-minute chart actually didn't stop one timing this whole way. So a cheeky spot. Would be right underneath this flag. It's so weird. I don't know why. Like this chart is updated to like the new software, and this one for some reason isn't. It won't let me drag my box over. It only lets you go to the most active candle. So weird. Scoffed trading software, man. We're back up to the high already. Could just be a little bit of a trap. Pop right back up. You have to be careful here about a failed second breakout though. That would not be good. That would definitely potentially give us our pullback. Not interested in a 2-leg pullback though up here. I'd have to see a 2-leg pullback and then a potential little W reversal or something to get involved in. Does it hold 90.50? Still hasn't broke 90.50. It's still technically one timing. I'd potentially play a failed breakout above that 93.50 high if it gave me a nice rejection candle for a 2-leg pullback, like back down. Might have restriction here. May get something like that. Trying again. There's a break above. looks like it's gonna keep going. Might come up and get our check above 96 a lot sooner than I thought. Closed at the breakout level. I don't know if there's any kind of parallel channel here that makes sense. I don't think so. Nah, not really. We have like a pop, and then a little bit of a channel, and then another pop, and then it kind of feels like we're in a channel again. See that a lot. Something like that, potentially. It's a 96 test. Yeah, there's the test over 96. That would be a big profit taking area on some longs from lower for sure. Achieved that test now. Lots of swing trade positions would take profit there. Seems like a good time to pee. I'll be right back. Well, we're clearly not obeying this channel line. We didn't get rejected quickly. Kind of going sideways now up here above this level. Lots of overlap. We had that shooting star off the first touch of the area, but no follow through under it, not even one tick below. It immediately took it right back. So there's not any reason for me to really get involved in a failed breakout. Swing point for our last move is quite low. We could easily accumulate here for another move up. At some point, I feel like we probably are going to pull back. This chart one timed a long ways, and we're approaching lunchtime hour and stuff. There we go. First 5-minute candle to actually make a low. Cat. Come on. Sorry about that. I don't know if you guys could hear that. My cat found some paper on the floor and was having a heyday. There wasn't ever a first pullback high here, so there's no high one that triggered. Potential inside here. Do we get an inside reversal right here? Did. Take one more little swing at this for a pop back up. Really like that presentation right off the right spot. see if there's a balance here or if we bait back down. Don't want to take this for a huge move. I want to take this for like a nice quick scalp retest here. Any block orders? No, no magnet. I have no interest in letting this position come against me at all. Just wanted to see if I could get a quick pop back up into this balance, but might have got front ran at the underside here. If it tags me out of break even, it's fine. Specifically because then I would have definitely got front ran right here. Yeah, that's fine. Didn't even quite make it to the underside. It stopped one tick before that wick. I was looking for maybe a little bit of a move back into that top balance area for the rollover, but didn't even quite make it that far. So that is a-okay. Retest all the break evens here. Could find another push up, but the time of day I'm not interested in. I wanted that trade to be a quick pop. Started to work. Got rejected a couple ticks from where I was looking at getting out, so not gonna keep holding it. I really like that inside reversal off a big push candle like that to get back with trend, but didn't quite have the follow through. Didn't make a low yet. All right, may hold a higher low by a tick or two and go. Block back here at 92 could pull it back down. Well, it's trying. It held the higher low test. Pullback looks good. There was the target at 96. So the trade could have worked, I guess, if I would have held it, but I don't generally. I want that reaction to be like the start of a, you know, a squeeze, like a V. So I didn't want to hold it coming back against me, especially when it actually got close to the profit target and then hesitated. There's another step up. Well, we may see this market continue to the upside throughout the afternoon. I think I'm probably going to call it there. I'm going to be watching this afternoon while I do some replay trading. But I mean, we've gained up above 96 now fairly confidently. As long as we don't see this hourly candle like really heavily reject, I could easily hold and get a check back up above here, back up above the 45.15s, and then ultimately come check maybe these liquidity spots up here. It looks like the test below has been successful for now. Didn't end up testing the swing lows. We only tested the stop out area. So that's, I mean, relatively bullish. Our daily candle closes back up in here somewhere. Starting to regain the moving average. Looks like, the two-leg pullback that was kind of set up originally on the daily that we were looking for it to fail is bouncing right from the exact area that we would expect it to find support from. So far. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right. You're not here tomorrow. Have a great day, dude. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Have a good day tomorrow, and I will see you Thursday. We'll see you Thursday. And do my little bit of a review here. Market was super choppy. I mean, we know the conditions. We were kind of expecting some extremes to get tested, and they did. It took a little while though. The open was really, really choppy. No real signals through there for us at all. And then we finally got our dip below. Got our dip below that nasty hourly candle at the end of yesterday's close. Right into a nice liquidity pocket, and we V'd right out of there. When that V happened, I mean, I definitely was thinking, okay, we've taken out the lows. We're coming back in aggressively. I'm thinking that we're going to check the other side. And we are now, but it took a little bit longer than I expected. We created that little 1 minute trap here again, which popped us up again. So I was really leaning towards momentum. Got a nice little two-leg pullback here. Took the trade, pretty much got top tick filled. Got stopped out. I want to mention here that the revenge trade situation did present again, but again did fail. Now, when I got involved in this trade, I got long here after the second pullback and then retest up above. Pulled back, and then we went up again. Moved my stop to here, came down, got pinged out, held the swing low to the tick, popped up again. That was very, very hard to not FOMO back into that trade. But rules say, you don't take the third one. Ever. Doesn't matter how good it looks. It always looks good. But that breakdown then would have paid for the trade that we did lose if I would have flipped the position there again, which we've noticed a lot of times. Now, was kind of difficult here because we did fail right at the demand line or the supply line. Market pulled back, did find some buyers again, checked again. Now I was very close to getting a nice reversal signal right here, which did pan out beautifully. I'm thankful that I got a two-leg pullback here to get in, but that breakout candle wasn't the full candle to give me the signal. So, even still, I think maybe it was a mistrade. I really wanted it. Visually, it looked perfect, but as far as the trade rules go, it needs to be the first candle that breaks into the liquidity that reverses, not the next one, for now. So technically on paper, this was not a trade signal, although visually it looks like perfect, beautiful. But played out, we got a nice pop off of it. Market came back, gave a little pull up, hesitated again, came back up. I got long right there for the 2-leg pullback, trying the same trade that I took here, right? Because I still thought that, you know, there could be momentum, and it's funny that the scuffed looking one did work, but this is where, you know, did I make a boo-boo on exiting the trade early? The reason I exited the trade early is because I was tapping the ceiling on that 2-to-1 and we were teasing high a day. And I was like, man, we've been so range bound that maybe trying to go for more than 2-to-1 is risky. And, you know, we could fail at high a day and roll right back down into this range. So I decided to take the profits. And, you know, I'm not upset about that at all. But mechanically, we broke down on the larger time frame and checked below, and the whole idea was that then, okay, we swept the lows on our holding, we should potentially get a move back up to check the highs. We are, but if this would have happened off this one, I would have managed it for the 2 legs. But this kind of threw me for a loop, and this one I was really only willing to take for a retest of the high a day in case that range scenario still played out. So is what it should be, but all in all, you know, we had a really strong move up. The first pullback held because the break and close above extension means we hold for 2 legs, and get your second leg pop up. You would have exited the trade right here around 84 as soon as that first candle made a new low on the second extension. So instead of exiting at 78, I would have exited at 84 or something. So missed out on like 6 points, but all in all, not bad. Didn't close Shooting Star. Was watching that real quick. We did get another little trade signal right here though for a nice inside reversal. Right, we get the big exhaustion bar off this one-time move, and then we got a nice check below the inside candle, close above. Looks quite nice, very nice. Went long. I was literally only looking to run this back up here for a test up in, but it failed at like 1 tick below the underside. It was like a point away from my profit target. It was just a scalp trade. Did not amount to getting stopped out, and it could have given a nice full-size target. However, you know, with the time of day and we were approaching the lunchtime hour, we were just finally starting to get a pullback and coming within a few ticks of my profit target and rolling over. I wasn't willing to take a loss on this trade, so I scratched it at break even when it came back. So yeah, that was the trade session. You know, 3 signals, 1 loss, 1 nice win, and a break even. This one could have been a win as well. And this one probably could have been managed a little differently, but not too bad, not too shabby. I think that we are in nice, you know, range situation still. I'm not convinced we're not in a range bound environment, but I think the nice sweep of the lows followed by this quick move back up, I think it is quite likely that through the day we do get a test above 45.15 at some point, and then ultimately big targets would be up here. And then if that's what we're doing, that's what we achieve today, then our daily candle is going to be closing relatively very bullish, and we could start to see the next leg up. So interesting day. I'm gonna be watching this afternoon for some potential trades. Yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow, same time.